welcome you into the Pride pregame show on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Time now for women's basketball as Greensboro College takes on Southern Virginia today. Stephen Whitenhouse, Kendrick Fruits here with you. Stephen, you take a look at where Greensboro has been recently, and you'll hear us talk about it with Coach Fernandez in a little bit. 2 losses last week in conference, but 2 games that really they were in for the majority of those games. And you think about the second game, they had the lead for most of that game.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate last game against Methodist. That was a game that they had played really well 3 quarters, and it was a game that really you're going to look back on and wish that you had back because unfortunately that fourth quarter they just didn't shoot the ball well. They didn't shoot well from the field, and they didn't shoot well from the free throw line either. Just 3 of 10 from the line in the fourth quarter. If you hit 70% of your shots in that quarter, you're right there, either tied or winning the game. So. It was definitely unfortunate, but they were also competitive, to some extent against Pfeiffer as well. And Pfeiffer is a team that actually almost beat SVU just last week. So, we'll see how they come out today. Again, dealing with some injuries, added another one the other day. So, it's been tough for this team to try and battle through some really key injuries, but they're not going to quit. That's the one thing that they have shown this year is that no matter what happens, no matter who they're playing, they're not going to quit. So, it'll be exciting to see what, players like Tatum Bradford and Kinsley Stewart can do tonight against a tough SVU team.
Yeah, you talk about Bradford and Stewart, and you think about what they did the last game. They were responsible for 41 points of Greensboro's 76. And obviously, the way the lineup has been recently, especially with the whole-scale substitutions that Coach Fernandez likes to employ, you don't see them on the court at the same time a ton, but when it's one and then when it's the other, they're getting the ball.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the reasons you have one on the court at all times, maybe not necessarily at the same time, is that you have a scorer that you can go to no matter what rotation is in the game. So we'll see what Coach Fernandez has in store today. Maybe there is a place in this game where you do have Kinsley and Tatum on at the same time. Or maybe you have them on the floor more often, for more minutes today. Because those two, if they're going to beat SVU tonight, those two are going to have really, really good games. And so, we'll see how they go tonight. But they've been really fun to watch. Kinsley Stewart has kind of gotten better as the season's gone on in terms of shooting. Tatum Bradford's been really good, so consistent. Probably the most consistent player we've had this year, just as a freshman. So those two will be fun to watch again today.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about Southern Virginia. Obviously, this is one of the best teams in the conference for the last, 3-4 years, if you want to go back that far. This is a team that's averaging about 68 points per game, only giving up about 58 points per game. So Greensboro's going to have their work cut out for them. Interestingly, Greensboro is averaging 83 points per game this year. 83 is the most that SVU has given up in a game this season.
Yeah, so something has to give, right? Either Greensboro comes out and really scores a lot on this SVU team, and it's a close game, or that SVU defense, shuts down Greensboro's offense. Statistically speaking, SVU's got a pretty good defensive team, and so again, that's why you have to look at Tatum Bradford, Kinsley Stewart. They're going to have to really, come up with big performances today offensively, and you're going to have to also get some, good performances from some other players. I look at someone like Ari Ingram, being that presence in the middle, hopefully. Grabbing a lot of rebounds, a lot of putbacks, and scoring some points. Also, Jinx Irvin as well. She's been great on the boards this year. So they're going to have to get some help along with those two. But like you said, something's going to have to give when you look at the statistics.
You look at the matchups between the Knights and the Pride over the last couple of years. Last 4 games, which have all gone to SVU, Greensboro's lost all 4 of them. They've not scored more than 40 points in a game. So the question then becomes, can we really take anything from that for today, or do you throw all that out the window because this is a different team?
Yeah, I think any game, and this is just me, statistics only matter in the past. And so, what matters today
You've offended a lot of people.
Yeah, I know, right? What matters today is how well you game plan, how well you practice, and how well prepared you are for this game. But it's definitely an interesting conundrum when you look at those, and then when you look at how good SVU is, and kind of how inconsistent Greensboro's been. So, the clash of different styles, the clash of those statistics we've talked about, all that's going to come to a head tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, SVU is returning all but one from last year's conference winning team. And it's interesting, and we'll talk to Coach Fernandez about it here in a little bit. This is a team that loves to shoot the three. They're very good at it. Greensboro shoots a lot of threes too, but there is a big difference. And again, I'm going to go statistically for a minute, but a big difference in terms of the makes that SVU makes and the makes for Greensboro College. So the question is, can the Pride keep pace with the deep ball of the Knights tonight?
Well, I mean, I think, a couple of things there. Greensboro's going to have to guard the perimeter well to contest those shots for SVU. At the same time, we have seen streaks of Greensboro shooting the ball well from three. And again, you look at Tatum Bradford, Kinsley Stewart. If those two shoot the ball well, I think Greensboro could stay in this game. Absolutely. But it does come down to that consistency. And SVU as a team, has been more consistent from behind the line. But again, you talk about, how does Greensboro prepare for this game? If they guard, the three-point line well, and they can get some good performances from a couple players like Bradford, Stewart, maybe a Camden Lakey, they can stay in this game for sure.
Absolutely. And I think it 2 games ago where Kinsley Stewart hit, or maybe it was 3 games ago, hit 6 threes, which is remarkable and a top 10 single-game performance for the Pride since the year 2000. As we look at today's game, and you'll hear it from Coach Fernandez later, we kind of talk about chaos versus discipline. This SVU team is very rigid in their approach. They're very disciplined, for lack of a better term. And obviously, we don't mean the Greensboro's running around with like a chicken with their heads cut off. That's not what we're saying. But just SVU is a slow, deliberate team, and Greensboro is anything but.
Yeah, and I think, the thing with SVU is that they've got a lot of skill as well. And so the skill, the discipline, and experience combined, it certainly is tough to beat. Now, again, one of the things that happened last game is that Pfeiffer pressed them a lot, and Pfeiffer stayed in the game and was a couple seconds away from winning that game. So I think tonight you're going to see Coach Fernandez put a lot of pressure on SVU and see if they can handle it. Now, of course, you would think that the Knights have been preparing for that as well during practice, and so we'll see how well, that preparation, comes into play tonight. But you would definitely think that, Greensboro is going to speed SVU or try to speed SVU up. Interesting, kind of going back to the Meredith game about a week ago, we had thought that Meredith was going to be a slow, deliberate team, and they actually started to run with Greensboro. Now, it ended up going Greensboro's way. And so maybe tonight you hopefully see the same thing where you speed that team up, the other team that maybe doesn't always play up tempo, maybe you speed them up, force them into turnovers. And so, maybe that's how Greensboro can pull out a win.
Yeah, you look at the differences between Southern Virginia and Greensboro, and you think Southern Virginia's veteran, Greensboro's pretty youthful, and Southern Virginia's slow and deliberate, Greensboro is quick. The differences are, pun intended here, night and day between the Southern Virginia University Knights and the Greensboro College Pride. We're going to hear from Coach Fernandez. We're going to get this one going. It's SVU and it's Greensboro, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Pride pregame show continuing here on the Greensboro College Sports Network, joined now by head coach Aaron Fernandez. Coach, walk us through last week. Really one of the things that I looked at in both of those games, even though we lost both of them, you were in both of them, really had a chance to win both of them. So it certainly seems like the process is starting to come together despite some of the setbacks that you guys have experienced.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you look at it, we're among the bottom 2 in the league in terms of experience. It's us and Meredith, and we just obviously got to play them not too long ago as well. So everyone got to see that. But yeah, I mean, that's the price of being a young team. I think step one when you're trying to rebuild like we are right now is being in games, right? I think our average margin last year was we were losing by around 20 a game. I think we're at around 7 right now, and we've been in a lot more games than we were last year. So that's step one. Obviously, the next step is trying to figure out how to win some of those. But when you're a young team, like sometimes you got to go through some of those heartbreaks like that. But yeah, I thought we played really well. I think people are starting to see our system come together a little bit more. So yeah, I think it's been some positive growth, and now it's just about trying to string some of those things together.
Kind of building off of that a little bit, it seems like in a lot of games recently, you guys have either at the end of the first half or at the end of the game, the other team goes on a little bit of a run and either takes the lead away or extends a lead or whatever. But so I guess my question is then, how do you tell your guys we have to finish the half or finish the game?
Yeah, well, I think part of our system, because we play so fast, runs are going to happen. This if you haven't watched us play this year, we're a roller coaster to watch. I mean, and So yeah, I think just some of that is experience where it's like if you're playing really well and the other team starts to make some plays, it's like not getting in your own head about, oh my gosh, here they come again. And I think the more games we win, we start to feel more comfortable with the lead or when we're playing well, like, hey, this is who we are, right? Not like, oh my gosh, we're doing it all of a sudden, and then when the other team makes a run, like, oh no, here they come. So yeah, I think again, some of that is just experience, and then I think the more games were like that, or they were in like that, the better we'll be at kind of handling those things.
Feels like you've got a real legitimate 1-2 scoring punch in Kinsley Stewart and Tatum Bradford right now. How fun have they been to watch?
Yeah, it's been great, and I think the hard part for one of them is we try to split our scoring, right? Again, if people haven't watched this, we play shifts of 5, so trying to split them up. But earlier in the year, we were playing them together, which I think was fun. But at the same time, I want them both getting lots of shots. So splitting them up gives them both an opportunity to get more shot attempts, and they both handle that really well. And yeah, it's been tremendous to see that growth from both of them, and I can't wait to see as their career unfolds here, just how how dangerous they can really be.
One of the tough things for any coach, but for you guys, seemingly more than anybody this year, has been the injury bug. How is it that you can continue to try to keep your process going in the right direction with as many injury setbacks as you've had?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, right now we're the fastest team in the country, about 121 possessions a game, and with that, you need to be able to utilize your depth. And obviously, as the season's gone on, just some freak things. I think this is my 17th season coaching. I've never seen this many kind of freak injuries with ACLs that were random. We lost someone who was just warming up and kind of destroyed their ankle just by warming up. So there's been some random freak things there. So we've had to adjust. We haven't gotten to play quite as fast as we want to play. We've had to scale back some of our pressing stuff at times as well. But yeah, it's about continuing to try to be true to who we are. We can't just change who we are. I've had a lot of people ask, like, are you just going to kind of fall back now and play slow? We can't. We don't have those foundations to fall back on. Our foundations are about playing fast. So we can tweak that and scale it back. But yeah, at the end of the day, too, this season for us is about establishing our style of play. So if we have to do it with a little bit less depth than we had, we're still trying to kind of get that going and continue to just improve in those areas.
It's kind of been so weird because, like you said, they have been all freak injuries and weird happenstance. I'm thankful we haven't seen you show up on a rolling scooter yet.
You never know. You never know. I spent time in a boot as a coach before, randomly rolling my ankle, so hopefully I don't end up there.
Well, Coach, let's turn our attention to Southern Virginia tonight. Obviously, a tough matchup for you guys. It's a team that just has dominated the conference over the last couple of years. So kind of talk to me a little bit about, expectations for today's game and what is the thought process?
Well, I think one thing for a young team, it's good to go up against the top teams in your league. I think we need to understand where we're trying to get to. And Southern Virginia and Brevard the last couple of years have been the cream of the crop in our league. And so we've already seen Brevard one time. Now we get to see Southern Virginia. So it's a good opportunity for our young players to see, like, what does an NCAA tournament team look like? What does a conference championship team look like? Yeah, it's no doubt it's going to be a tough matchup for us, especially with some of our depth issues right now. But at the end of the day, like, again, for us, each game, whether we're playing Southern Virginia or we're playing anyone else in the league, is about doing what we do and just getting better at what we do. And, Pfeiffer played them to a really tight game last time. Pfeiffer pressed them the entire game. That's kind of what we do as well. So hopefully we can give them a good run for their money. And then all you can ask is when you go up against those top teams, a chance, as the game goes on, a chance to just be in the game and then a chance to win at the end, which Pfeiffer had and which we'll be looking to do tonight.
Last two questions here for you. First off, looking out of this game, you have a lot of winnable games over the next couple of weeks. You guys all fighting for some of those spots for postseason position. How hard is it to not look past today and say, just get through tonight and then we may have a little bit of a good streak?
Yeah, again, we're very process-oriented. Everything we do is very process-oriented. So we'll take care of business tonight. We'll evaluate how we did tonight. And then, again, every opponent we play, no matter who we play, our game plan for us stays the same in terms of, running and gunning. So we'll continue to try to improve on our running and gunning tonight. We'll continue to work on our press tonight. And then those things will help us as we, play some more teams that are in the middle of the road, kind of where we are in the conference. Those things will help us be good there.
Last question here for you. You talked about how good SVU is. What are we going to see from them tonight? This is a team that doesn't give up a lot of points defensively. I think it's like 57, 58 points per game. What are we going to see from the Knights tonight?
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll score more than that. That's well below our average, so hopefully we'll be above that. And that is one of our goals tonight. We want to put up the most points on them that anyone has put up this season. So, Yeah, I mean, look, they're extremely disciplined. They're extremely experienced. They've all been playing together for a couple years now. They were an NCAA tournament team last year who lost one player and has everybody back and added some, just added some more pieces as well. So they're extremely well coached, extremely disciplined. You're going to see the three ball twos. You're going to see both teams tonight shooting a lot of threes and hitting a lot of threes. Hopefully, we hit more. But yeah, they're just really fun to watch. Unfortunately, for teams that like to watch a really good execution, like we don't allow teams to really run their stuff. So if you watch Southern Virginia any other time, their offense and their execution is beautiful. We're going to try to take them out of that honestly tonight. So yeah, we'll see. It's definitely a style or a clash of two different styles. But yeah, it should be an entertaining game no matter what.
Dare I say, your chaos is going to try to interrupt their discipline here
Correct,
tonight.
yeah,
But that's we're looking forward to it. It should be a fun one here today, Coach. Thanks so much and best of luck tonight.
Absolutely, thank you.
Getting you set for tip-off between Southern Virginia and Greensboro College coming up next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Well, it is cold here in Greensboro today, but the action about to heat up here in Haynes Gym as we get you set for USA South women's basketball here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you as Greensboro College welcomes the Knights of Southern Virginia for tonight's game. Southern Virginia comes into today 11-4. They are 9-0 in conference. They have stretched their conference winning streak to 34 consecutive games dating back to February of 2024. Greensboro College comes into today's game at 4-10 and 1-6 in conference. Why don't we take a look at tonight's starting lineups? First off, for the visiting Knights of Southern Virginia, senior guard number 1, Mary Savoon, averaging 9.3 points per game. Number 4, a freshman guard, Samantha Smith, averaging 6.8 points per game. And then there's Abigail Snyder, a senior guard from Rocky Ford, Colorado, 19.7 points per game, leading the conference in scoring. She's also first with 44% from three-point range. Number 22, Anna Kimball, a sophomore center from Destin, Florida, 10.4 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, which is tied for the conference lead. And then number 32, Asia Foster, 9.9 points per game. She is a senior forward from Knightdale, North Carolina. For Greensboro College, the starting lineup today, Jada Hairston, the guard. She's a freshman from Madison, North Carolina, averaging 7.8 points per game. Number 10, Lindsay Redmond, a freshman guard from Cartersville, North Carolina, averaging 2 points per game. Kinsley Stewart, team leader in scoring at 14.4 points per game. She's a freshman guard from Marion, North Carolina. Carrie Carr, a freshman forward from Beulahville, North Carolina, averaging 4.3 points per game. And Jenks Irvin, number 22, a sophomore forward, the transfer from Averett, North Carolina, for 5.4 points per game. And her 7.2 boards per game are 8th best in the USA South. Greensboro College wearing the white jerseys today.
maroon jerseys for Southern Virginia. We are ready to get this one underway. Tip controlled by Hairston in Greensboro, as is their custom, immediately on the run. Hairston's picked up her dribble, needs help, finds Carr. Carr into the lane, high shot off the glass, no good. And the rebound taken by Kimball. First of what will be many for her tonight. Foster slings this one across to Savoon. There's a three, no good. Rebound fought for, taken by Irvin. You'll see quite a few for Jinx as well. Hairston going the other way for the Pride. Just inside the right wing. Almost picked up her dribble. Kind of a little half screen there from Stewart. 30 seconds gone, no score. Irvin just inside the arc, gives this to Stewart. Give it to her. Kinsley Stewart for three. A deep three, and Greensboro takes a 3-0 lead. Carr called for breaking the plane there. And substitutions coming for Fernandez. You look at some of the numbers. 3-point shooting this year for the Pride, just 24%. 32% for Southern Virginia. Knights about 10% better than Greensboro in just about every category in terms of shooting. We'll see if what Greensboro lacks in the quality, if they can make up for it in quantity of shots. Savoon with it, sends it out to Snyder. Snyder deep in the left wing to Savoon. Now inside, there's an open look there for Kimball. And Anna Kimball will put the Knights on the board. 3-2, 8:51 to play. Bradford to Ruano. Ruano, she'll tee up a three. Give it to her. Greensboro feeling it from downtown in the early going. Ruano for three. And it's 6-2. Maria Savoon now up ahead. Lays it in to Kimball. Kimball's got four. Ruano deep in the right wing, now driving towards the baseline. Up top to Simpkins. Simpkins now trying to work her way around Smith. Contested shot there in the paint, and Samantha Smith comes away with it. Savoon into the front court and thought about a three, and I think maybe somebody got a hand on it. Maybe Simpkins there. Lakey up ahead to Bradford. What a week for Tatum Bradford last week. Right now it's Ruano going in past the free throw line. A contested shot, no whistle. Ruano wanting it, doesn't get it. Greensboro's lead is 6-4. Kimball down low to Foster. Nobody saw Foster underneath the basket, and we're all tied at 6. Bradford right side of the lane, layup no good, and Kimball comes down with another board. Quickly running the other way. Open look at a three there for Snyder. In and out and back in. That one swirls in, and the Knights take a 9-6 advantage. Out to Ruano. Thought about a three from the right wing. Gives it to Bradford. Bradford again fakes a three. Kicks it across to Lakey. Right now, Greensboro just staying around the perimeter. Simpkins cutting her through the lane. Pass, though, will go out to Ruano. Shot clock down to 10. Ruano tries to work her way inside. Reverses direction. Loses the ball in the lane. Finds Phelps. That's swatted by Kimball and out of bounds. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Substitutions coming in. And Greensboro is going to have not a whole lot of time with which to make something happen. Down by 3. And 3 seconds on the shot clock. Pretty much a give and go, I would expect. Hairston to Irvin. Irvin goes up with it in the lane. Shot's no good. Rebound taken by Snyder. Abigail Snyder's pass intended for De La Rosa. Tipped and stays, though, with the Knights. Football pass all the way from one side of the court to the other. Now inside looking for De La Rosa. Good hands there from Hairston. Goes out of bounds and possession stays with the Knights. Lily De La Rosa, the freshman guard from Wimberley, Texas, calling the shots from the far sideline. Hands it off to Snyder. Snyder pull-up jumper from the right side, no good. Trying to follow the shot as De La Rosa picks up the offensive rebound. There's a shot missed there by Peterson. Greensboro will come away with it. Hairston looking for a cutting Kinsley Stewart. Stewart's shot rolls in. Kinsley Stewart cuts the Greensboro deficit to 1. Inbound tapped out of bounds by Carr. Maria Savoon trying to get it in around Carr, and that line will check out now. Again, you'll see the quick ins and outs for this Greensboro team. Wholesale substitutions, what Coach Fernandez likes to do. Early press here for Greensboro, taken away by Camden Lakey. That one good. Greensboro grabs the lead 10-9. Well, you heard Coach Fernandez in the pregame show. Southern Virginia struggled with the Pfeiffer press, and they're trying to take a page out of the Falcons' book. There's a three from Peterson, and it's good. Kinsey Peterson. 12-10 rather, in favor of Southern Virginia. That one goes out of bounds off of Smith, and Lakey in the pride to inbound right in front of the SVU bench. Gives it into Simpkins. 5:40 to play, first quarter. Simpkins looking down low for Ely. Ely couldn't get a hold of it, but Ruano does come up with the ball. And Bradford now is tied up by Smith. 5:28 to go. Knights lead it by 2 here in quarter number 1. Snyder to inbound. Looking for Savoon. Savoon now to De La Rosa. Back to Savoon, who's quickly tied up in a double team and a whistle. Foul's going to be called on Kinsley Stewart. First personal, first team foul. A clean start to the contest. Up to that point, almost 5 minutes. Snyder inbounds to Savoon, back to Snyder, slings this one across to Foster. Foster now to De La Rosa, 3-ball, that's good. A line drive 3 for Lily De La Rosa, and it's 15-10 Knights. Hairston quickly sprinting up past the timeline for the Pride. To Stewart. Stewart trying to follow Hairston to the baseline. Looking for a cutting J to Hairston now. Hairston out to Redmond for 3. That's going to miss side of the glass, no good. Fighting for a loose ball. It's going to come away with it is Snyder. Snyder gives it up to De La Rosa. Dribbles behind the back to get away from Carr. Now tries to get around Stewart. De La Rosa in the lane. Shot misses everything. Saved by Foster. Back to Snyder, and the easy floater there for Snyder, 17-10. Short range is money for Abigail Snyder. Kinsley Stewart spins around. Nice move there to get around Savoon. Looking for Carr, taken away by De La Rosa. Up ahead, back to Savoon, left-hand side, and she'll pull out of the attack. Kicks it out to De La Rosa for 3. Shots no good. And a loose ball travel called on Ingram on the rebound. She grabbed it and ended up going down to the ground. And that will take us to the timeout. 4:14 to play in the first quarter, and Southern Virginia takes a 17-10 lead on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
.4:14 to play first quarter. And Southern Virginia leading it 17-10. And they will inbound underneath the far basket. De La Rosa being bothered there by Bradford. Now out to Peterson. Bounce pass to Snyder. There's a three from Snyder, and she's drained it. Abigail Snyder makes it 20-10. Trouble in the lane there for Simpkins. Shot's no good, foul called. Foul's going to be on Della Rosa. That will be her first personal, team foul number 1. So Simpkins will go to the line. First free throw is good. Taya is shooting 58% from the stripe this season. Second free throw coming. And it rattles out. 20-11 the score, 3:40 to play. Savoon with it. Tries to work around a double team, stolen by Lakey. Camden Lakey interrupting that pass. Now trying to work around Savoon to the left, picks up her dribble, needs help. Bounce pass to Bradford. Bradford sends it out to Ruano. Ruano kicks it to Simpkins in the left wing. Simpkins has it poked away by Foster. Shot clock down to 12. Simpkins now in the lane, kicks it out to Phelps. Phelps three ball from the right corner, just grazes the side iron, no good. And Ruano comes away with it for a moment, then has it taken away by Southern Virginia. Now taken back by Phelps. Phelps loses the handle of it, picks up her dribble. She's got Ruano behind her instead, goes out to Simpkins, now to Lakey. Lakey driving from the left side and then works right-hand side of the lane, layup no good. Whistle and a foul as Snyder comes away with the board, but the foul is going to be called on Phelps. 2:49 to play here in the first quarter. Della Rosa. Again, Greensboro with the press. Irvin gets a hand on that one. Della Rosa, though, comes away with the carom. Sends this one. Oh, tipped there by Redmond. Redmond gets in the way of that pass. Goes out of bounds. Possession to the Pride. Quick hands there by Lindsay Redmond on defense, and Greensboro tries to snag an extra possession. Down by 9 are the Pride. One big thing, we talked a little bit about historically, this has not been a good matchup for Greensboro, at least recent history, as Smith's going to be called for a foul. 4 consecutive matchups in which the Pride have not scored more than 40 points against the Knights, all of them SVU victories. Greensboro trying to at least work their way past that today. They've got 11 points here, and that's a big thing as Stewart tees up a 3. That's no good. Rebound taken by Kimball. Last 2 games, Greensboro didn't even reach double figures in a quarter until the second half. There's a 3 drained by Smith. Samantha Smith makes it 23-11. Live stats are not working right now, so we can't give you point totals, but I can tell you the Knights have hit quite a few threes here in the early going. Hopefully we'll get that squared away at some point. There's a 3 from Hairston, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for. Carr had a hand on it, but Kimball comes away with it. There's a whistle and a foul. Carr will pick up what should be her second. Actually, it's going to be Irvin picking up the foul. .201 to play first quarter. Savoon heaves this one way down the court looking for Kempler. Instead, Simpkins is going to run it down. It's another turnover. Simpkins dribbles off her foot. Loose ball on the court. Diving for it. Simpkins tips it right to Kempler, who feeds it up ahead to Della Rosa. Della Rosa under the left side of the basket. Shot's no good. Offensive board there by Savoon. Savoon works it back out to the right wing now to Kempler, trying to drive baseline on Bradford. Kempler picks up her dribble out to Savoon. 4-3, too strong. And Lakey with the rebound. 1:30 to play first half. Lakey to Simpkins. Greensboro down 12. Simpkins driving left hand. Loses the handle at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Bradford. Bradford bounce pass down low to Ely. Goes too strong. And Kimball with it. Taken away, though, by Ruano. Tries to work her way around Kimball and lays it in. Brianna Ruano for 2. Greensboro cuts it to 10. Hey, there come our live stats. Ruano's got 5. Leading scorer in the early going is Snyder with 8. Greensboro's scoring leader, both Ruano and Snyder. Southern Virginia 5 of 8 from three-point range early. Kimball slings this one across to Savoon. Savoon back up top, resetting things for the Knights. Under a minute to go, first quarter. De La Rosa tries to split between Lakey and Ruano. Foul called. We'll see which one of them gets it. It's going to be Ruano. Brianna Ruano picking up her first personal, team foul number 4. With 43 ticks left on the first quarter clock. Greensboro down 10. De La Rosa to inbound to Snyder. Snyder back to De La Rosa. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Gets around Hairston. Now to Savoon. Savoon dealing with Stewart. Now pass down low to Kempler. She's going to have that one taken away. Irvin lofts this up ahead to Stewart. Shot clock down, or is turned off rather. Game clock down to 16. There's a shot and a foul. Kempler going to be called for her first personal, and it will send Kinsley Stewart to the line. Greensboro's leading scorer this year, Kinsley Stewart. Kinsley has scored double figures in 7 consecutive games. Already 5 here on the first quarter, so seems certainly well on her way to perhaps try to stretch that even further. Free throw good. Now 8 consecutive, or 6 points rather, for Stewart. She's looking to make it 8 consecutive games in double figures. Second free throw for Stewart, good. 23-15, just 16 seconds remain. Savoon looking for help. Swatted away by Stewart, goes to Carr. Carr's fouled on the way up. Quick hands defensively for Greensboro, and Carrie Carr will go to the line now. If the Pride can force their way to the free throw line, could certainly disrupt the Knights' plans today. Carrie Carr, a 41% shooter from the free throw line. Free throw this time is good for Carr. Greensboro forcing almost 18 turnovers a game. They've already forced 9 here in the first quarter. Second free throw from Carr is good. She makes them both. And Greensboro is only down 6 now with 13 seconds to go. Press continues. SVU's got 10 seconds now as they cross the timeline. Savoon, bounce pass to Snyder. Snyder getting around a double team, now gets around Stewart. Kicks this one in deep. 3-ball Savoon. Wow, drains it at the buzzer. Maria Savoon for 3. That's the senior savviness to pick up 3 points for her as the first quarter comes to a close. 26-17 your score.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Second quarter underway. Greensboro down 26-17. Pride shot 31% in the first quarter. Hairston trying to pass this across to Ely. It's intercepted by Kimball. The Knights go on the run. There's another three. Savoon, this time kicking off the side iron, no good. Offensive board, though, by Snyder keeps things alive for SVU. Taken away, though. Snyder trying to pass it to Smith. Stolen by Bradford. Up ahead to Hairston. And Hairston will wait for reinforcements. Bradford now slings it across to Kinsley Stewart. Three ball, no good, too strong. And Foster with the board. Foster pushes Ingram to the ground, or at least Ingram ends up on the ground, but we play on. Tipped out of bounds by Stewart. 9:16 to play in the second quarter. Knights shot 58% from the floor in the first quarter, including 66% from three. This 6 out of 9. Big number, though. I think we were talking about Greensboro and trying to make sure they stay out of foul trouble. They didn't send the Knights to the line a single time. A takeover, and here comes Stewart. Stewart with the layup, no good. Loose ball out of bounds, last touch by the Knights. Greensboro's committed 7 turnovers. SVU's committed 11. Hairston inbounds to Stewart. Stewart contested shot off the side of the backboard. No good. Long throw up ahead for the Knights. It's Savoon. Up ahead to Kimball now. Kimball's shot good and one. Anna Kimball, the sophomore from Destin, Florida. A tough degree of difficulty there with the contact. And it is now a 28-17 lead for the Knights. Free throws coming. Kimball, a 56% free throw shooter. SVU's largest lead tonight is 12. This free throw would match it. And the free throw no good. The offensive rebound, though, for Foster. Foster dribbles out of trouble, kicks this one out. 3 ball coming. That's off the back iron, no good. Shot by Savoon. Loose ball on the floor. Phelps had it, lost it. Simpkins comes away with it. Taya Simpkins slings the ball up ahead to Ruano. Now to Phelps, wide open underneath the basket. Taya Phelps lays it in. 28-19 now. And Greensboro again with the press, knocked out of bounds by Bradford. Right in front of a quartet from the men's basketball team. Dwight Vincent, Nige Stroman, Peyton Brown, and Jeremiah Howard. Long feed up ahead to Snyder. Lays it in easily, 30-19. Snyder's got 10. First player to double figures. Well on her way to her season average of 19.5. Bounce pass from Ruano to Bradford. Bradford, tough layup, no good. Rebound taken by Foster. That's Maya Foster. Now in the game, her sister, Asia Foster, a starter. Bradford with the steal, gives it to Lakey, lays it in. 30-21. Lakey's got her 4th point of the game. Almost another Greensboro turnover, but saved by Smith on the near boundary. Savoon slings this one, looking for Snyder. Kimball thought it was for her. Snyder will tee up a 3. That's no good. Loose ball goes to Phelps. 7:50 to go. They had a wide open Lakey on a deep pass, but Simpkins instead takes it up herself. Now drives on Snyder, picks up the dribble. No, ball goes out of bounds. There is a foul, should go on Snyder. Abigail Snyder picks up her first personal, team foul number 1. A combined 10 fouls in the first 12 minutes and 15 seconds of this game. Nobody on the floor, actually nobody in either box on the box score has more than 1. Hairston to Stewart. Stewart bounce pass down low for Carr, lost the handle, and it's taken away by Snyder. Loose ball, though, goes back to Irvin. Greensboro saves the possession. Hairston, 3 ball. No good. Irvin, though, soars for the board. Shots no good. No foul on the contact. Irvin kicks it out to Redmond. Redmond for 3. Give it to her. Lindsay Redmond. Greensboro 3 of 8 from 3-point range. Actually 3 of 9. Loose ball tipped there by Hairston to Stewart. Stewart's bounce pass down low to Carr. Off of Carr's fingers and out of bounds. 30-24. Greensboro chipping into this deficit. The The Pride have outscored the Knights 7-4 in the early going of this second quarter. Savoon to Snyder, and again Greensboro with a little bit of a press here. Savoon looking for help. Just finds Snyder. Snyder slings it across the timeline now to Peterson, up ahead to Smith. Smith in the left wing. Working around Ruano. Goes one way, now the other. Foster up top now to Snyder. Snyder, loose ball. She tries to go through a double team. Another loose ball in the paint. Snyder has it. Jump ball called. And the arrow will go to SVU. Substitution coming. De La Rosa back in. Snyder's going to come out for a breather. Inbounded to Foster. Now to De La Rosa. Into the corner. 3-ball Savoon. That one swings around no good. Loose ball on the baseline. Bradford with it. Looks for an outlet. Finds Simpkins on the far sideline. Simpkins crossing the timeline. Now driving right through the middle of the lane. Slicing it. Shot's no good. Follows up to picks up her own miss. Out to Lakey. 3-ball. Give it to her. Camden Lakey for 3. And Greensboro has cut the deficit to 3. Timeout called by Southern Virginia as the Pride have all the momentum here in the second quarter. Are we stretching this out?
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
So 6:27 to go here before the break. Greensboro 2 of 4 from three-point range here in the second quarter. 4 of 10 for the game. Kinsley Stewart, Camden Lakey, 7 points each. Abigail Snyder with 10 to lead Southern Virginia. Busy schedule in conference play today. Brevard is at Pfeiffer, Salem and Mary Baldwin. That beginning in 2 minutes. William Peace and Wesleyan at 7. Meredith and Methodist also at 7. We'll give you all those scores at halftime. 6:27 to go until then. Loose ball on the baseline taken by Smith. Smith slings this up ahead to Peterson. Off her fingers. Long feed up ahead though to Asia Foster. Foster out to Savoon. 3-ball Savoon. That's good. Maria Savoon hits her second 3 of the game, 33-27. Ari Ingram backing down Smith. Loose ball, though, tries to save it in the corner, goes out of bounds. And possession to the Knights. Again, the press. De La Rosa finds Smith. Smith now to Peterson on the far boundary. Crossing to De La Rosa. De La Rosa picks up her dribble, finds Savoon, who tees up another deep 3. That one a little too strong. Peterson, though, with the offensive board. Now to De La Rosa up top. 5:45 to go. Kicks it over to the far side. That's Smith. Smith has Foster in the corner, instead trying to work out of a double team. Bounce pass over the middle to Foster. Dangerous pass, but they're working the perimeter of the Knights. That 3-ball from Savoon just catching the far side, or the near side, rather, of the glass, and Greensboro the other way. It's Kinsley Stewart up top to Hairston. 5:20 to play. Hairston to Redmond. Redmond trying to get around Savoon. Gives it to Stewart. Shot clock to 7. Deep 3. Kinsley Stewart off the back of the iron. No good. And Smith soaring for the rebound, now running far side. All the way across court pass to Savoon. Pretty easy layup there from the near side of the paint. 35-27. So Greensboro had cut it to 3. It's stretched back to 8 now after that SVU timeout. Redmond picks up her dribble, needs help. Pass tipped there, and Ingram fighting for it, gives it back to Redmond. So good job there, Ari Ingram, to save possession. Stewart Blocked there by Foster. Now out to Redmond for three. Off the front of the iron, no good. Carr, offensive board. She'll try to put it back in, no good. And she will push Savoon out of bounds. Carr with the foul. Carr picking up her second personal, team foul number 2 with 4:25 to play. (35-27). Snyder looking for help. Bounce pass, tries to get it to bounce it off of Phelps, but Phelps, though, with the recovery. Shot's no good. Greensboro maintains possession. There's a three from Bradford, no good. Ruano, though, offensive board. Looking for help, finds Simpkins. Simpkins all the way across to Lakey. Lakey tees up a three. That's no good. Rebound goes to De La Rosa, although quick hands for Greensboro. They take it away again. Phelps rather, not fouled on that shot. And the loose ball goes to the Knights the other way. Savoon, left side of the lane and good. Savoon's got 10. And the lead is 10 for Southern Virginia. Simpkins to Ruano. Ruano left side of the lane. That misses everything short, goes out of bounds. Very physical play here for both teams. I've seen white jerseys shoving red and red jerseys shoving white, and the officials letting it all happen. That is to say, it's not so much one side or the other, just very physical out there right now. Ruano's shot no good. There is a whistle, though. Foul's going to be called on Kimball. That'll be her first personal. So Ruano with her first attempt from the free throw line tonight. She's got 5 points. With 3.5 to go before the break, looking to cut into a 10-point gap. Ruano's free throw, no good. Greensboro's first free throw attempt of the second quarter. They were 5 of 6 in the first. Last year, SVU defeated Greensboro 81-35 and 82-30. I don't think this game is going to quite shape up in that sort of way. Both these teams looking potent at times offensively. Second free throw was short by Ruano. Snyder with it for the Knights. 3:20 to play until the halftime break. 3-ball Savoon again, no good this time. Carr with the rebound, trying to fight through a couple of jerseys. Foul's going to be called on Lanning. Caitlin Lanning, who's just checked in. Every which way Carrie Carr turned, burgundy jerseys. Greensboro catches a break with the foul. Kinsley Stewart walking up and crossing the timeline. Left-hand side pull-up jumper blocked there by Kimball. Goes right back to Stewart, now to Irvin. Irvin just inside the three-point arc. That's off the back iron, no good. And Kimball with the board. 2:50 to go. De La Rosa kicks this one out to Snyder. Snyder further on to Savoon. That three off the side iron, no good. And out of bounds to Greensboro. 2:41 to play. 5 blocks for Southern Virginia here today. 2 for Kimball, 2 from Foster, 1 from Smith. Already combined 25 turnovers. 15 for the Knights, 10 for the Pride. Savoon up top to Snyder. Snyder kicks it further to Smith, right wing. Up top again to Snyder. Snyder slicing through the middle of the lane, layup good. Leads all scorers with 12. 39-27. Simpkins, right-hand side of the lane, trying to go through contact. Whistle, foul. Lanning's going to pick up her second. So Simpkins back to the stripe where she's 1 of 2 this afternoon. Simpkins' free throw is good. She's got one of the more unique free throw strokes, much like a knuckleball in baseball. That ball does not rotate at all. That time, one rotation. Shot's no good. Loose ball, though. Ely tried to snag it, but they're going to say it came off of Savoon's knee, perhaps? Possession stays with the Pride. 2:14 to go. Simpkins finds Hairston. Hairston works on Snyders, kicks it across to Lakey for three. Give it to her, Camden Lakey. Lakey's got 10. She's 2 of 3 from deep. Greensboro cuts it to 39-31, 2 minutes to play. Smith, a lot of open real estate and a nice layup under the arm of Bradford, 41-31. Simpkins to the front court. Drives right-hand side, now backs out. Bounce pass down low to Bradford. Bradford slings it across to Ely, out of bounds should be off of Snyder. Substitutions coming. Both sides, De La Rosa checks in for the Knights, and of course, 5 in, 5 out for the Pride. Ruano finds Stewart. Stewart just inside the three-point arc, almost straight on. That's good. It's a long two. 33 for Greensboro, 41-33 the score. De La Rosa looking for help through the press. And Carr's going to be charged with a foul. That'll be her third. She runs into Kimball. Was trying to be aggressive defensively and just about took Kimball to the floor. 1:22 to play. Savoon bounce pass to Snyder. Snyder kicks it out. De La Rosa three. Line drive three. Too strong. Goes all the way to the other side. Works as a pass. Savoon to Kimball now over Irvin. There's some things you just can't defend in a height mismatch like that. Kimball's going to win just about every time, and that's no disrespect to Jinx Irvin, who's one of the hardest workers in the paint that you'll see. Shots no good there for the Pride, and here go the Knights. Under a minute to go first half. Snyder driving left side, tries to work around Irvin, stepped on the line. It'll be a turnover. Greensboro with it. Great defense there from Jinx Irvin, using the boundary almost as a second defender to sandwich Snyder. That's great court awareness there. Here comes Hairston, using a pick from Carr and a pick from Bradford. Had a little space, thought about a three, kicks it out to Simpkins, who will take the three, no good. Carr fighting for the board, but Kimball comes away with it. Throws it up ahead to De La Rosa, who crosses the timeline. Shot clock turned off. Smith to Savoon. 18 to go in the first half. Savoon picks up the dribble, needs help to Kimball. 15 to go. Kimball working right side, back out to Savoon. Three ball, give it to her. 46-33, 6 seconds left. Hairston, long feed up ahead to Carr, lost the handle, tries to save it, and does not, goes out of bounds to SV with 1.6 left. And they'll just let the final 1.6 drain off of the clock. And it takes us to halftime. 46-33 your score. Southern Virginia leading it by 13 at the break. We'll take a look at the first half numbers and what else is going on around the conference when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Halftime continuing here at Haynes Gym. Let's take a look at what else is going on around the conference right now. Brevard and Pfeiffer underway. Again, that game started at 5 o'clock this evening. Taking a look at the score there in the fourth quarter. Brevard all over Pfeiffer, 75-28. Your score again, final 6 minutes or so remaining in that contest. Also right now, Salem on the road at Mary Baldwin. That game began at 6 o'clock this evening, so they are still early on. Start of the second quarter, and the Fighting Squirrels lead at 14-10 over the Spirit. Still to come tonight, William Peace and North Carolina Wesleyan. Meredith on the road at Methodist. 6:30 to go here at the break. Greensboro College trailing Southern Virginia 46-33 in the Greensboro College Sports Network. All right, let's take a look at some of the first half numbers here. Greensboro College trailing Southern Virginia at the break. The Knights in the first half shooting 54% from the floor, 40% from three, and 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Leading scorer today, Savoon with 13 points. Snyder has 12, Kimball 8, Smith with 5, 3 each for De La Rosa and Peterson, and 2 for Foster. Rebound leader is Kimball with 7, 5 for Snyder, 4 each for Foster and Smith, 2 for Savoon, 1 for Peterson, 1 each for De La Rosa and Foster. Assist leader Savoon with 4, 2 steals each for Snyder and Kimball with 3 blocks. Comparatively, Southern Virginia 27 boards to Greensboro's 23, 14 assists for the Knights, 8 for the Pride, 16 turnovers for the Knights, 11 for the Pride. Points off the bench, 19-6 for Greensboro, 6 blocks for the Knights, none for Greensboro. Steals 14-7 for Greensboro. Points off turnovers 13-6 for Greensboro. But the big number though for the Knights, points in the paint, 22-10. Greensboro today shooting at 26% from the floor, 33% from three, and 60% from the free throw line. Leading scorer is Camden Lakey with 10. Kinsley Stewart has 9, 5 for Ruano, 3 for Redmond, 2 each for Carr and Simpkins and Phelps. Rebound leader is Jinx Irvin with 4. Ruano right behind her with 3. 3 players with 2 assists, Hairston, Irvin, and Bradford. Leader in steals is Stewart with 3. 4 players have 2. And it all adds up to a 46-33 Southern Virginia lead at the break as we get ready to start the second half. Men's basketball off tonight. They're on the road tomorrow. Also, as we get the second half underway, Bradford bounces it to Lakey. But obviously everybody's got one eye on whatever they're doing and one eye on the weekend forecast. Long 2 there for Simpkins, no good. Loose ball at the baseline, out of bounds to Southern Virginia. Obviously, Greensboro only one home event this weekend. That was wrestling on Saturday afternoon, men's and women's basketball, as well as women's wrestling, all on the road on Saturday. Obviously, we're not going to pretend that we don't know what the forecast looks like. Expecting some changes, don't have anything official to pass on, but obviously our social medias will do so once we do have that information, as Asia Foster lays it in for 2, 48-33. Bradford picks up her dribble, needs help, looks for Ruano. Ruano in the right corner now, picks it up, looking for a cutting Bradford. Bradford in the lane, contested shot, no good. And Snyder coming away with the board. Tries to work far side of the paint, taken away Ruano. That's going to be the 17th turnover that Greensboro was forced today. Brianna Ruano stripped on the way up, goes out of bounds, no foul. And Greensboro will maintain possession. Kinsley Stewart trying to spin around on Smith, loses the handle. It goes out of bounds, stays with the Pride. No, they're going to change their decision. First they said it was going to be Greensboro's ball. Now, okay, SVU thought it was their ball and Greensboro was going to get it. Confusion on the far baseline, and I'm right there with them. Up top to Stewart. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Stewart bounce pass underneath the basket. Carr can't handle it. Another turnover off of Kerry Carr. So Smith to inbound, and Carr kicks it. So play quickly stopped again. SVU getting past the press. Up ahead, Smith, quick feed to Foster. There's a whistle. It's going to be a three-point play, or a chance for the three-point play, as Redmond's going to pick up the foul. Foster with 4 points today. Check that. She's going to have 6 points today with a chance for a 7th. Now a little bit of a substitution question for Greensboro. Not sure who's supposed to be in and out. And looks like we're ready to go now. Okay, so Asia Foster. Free throw coming to make it an 18-point lead, and it's good. Greensboro wanting to run. It's Hairston. Hairston to Stewart. Stewart thought about a deep three, now spinning between a couple. Oh, nice shot there from Stewart, but a little bit too strong. Knights going the other way. It's Snyder. Kicks it into the corner for Savoon. Savoon in the middle to Foster. Foster over 3 defenders is good. 53-33. Largest lead of the game for Southern Virginia at 20. Hairston gives it off to Bradford. Bradford trying to go just outside the right of the paint. Too strong. Rebound by Foster. Snyder way up ahead to De La Rosa. De La Rosa picks up the dribble. Out to Snyder. 3. Too strong. Stewart with the board. Stewart to Bradford, almost lost the handle of it, picks up her dribble, gives it to Stewart, swings around Savoon, loses it now, it goes out of bounds. No, it's going to be saved by De La Rosa, and a turnover. Foster to De La Rosa now, who splits between a couple defenders, racing into the front court, pulls up 1 step past the free throw line, shot no good, and Bradford with the board. There's a foul. Foul on the Knights. It's going to be Snyder picking up her 2nd. Team foul number 1, 7:42 to go. Fast-paced action to start the 3rd quarter here at Haynes Gym. Two players in double figures already for Southern Virginia. Snyder with 12, her season average 19.5. Savoon has 13. Greensboro's leader is Lakey with 10. Camden is on the floor now, pulls up for 3. That's going to just wedge itself between the glass and the iron, no good. The Knights on the run for a cutting Snyder, right side of the lane. Easy money there for Southern Virginia, 55-33. Simpkins trying to float this one in hard from the right side, no good. Kimball with the board. Up ahead, Smith to Savoon. Past Ruano, who's called for the foul. Brianna Ruano with her 2nd personal. 7:01 to go, 3rd quarter. Free throws coming for Savoon. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. Southern Virginia today just 1 out of 2. They are 68% from the stripe this year. Greensboro 59%, shooting 60% today. Free throw is good. More and more of the men's basketball team over there on the far side, and that is one of the fun things about Division III basketball. Is Savoon stripped there, goes to Ingram, slings this up ahead to Stewart. Stewart backing out of a triple team, now gives it to Hairston. Hairston driving right-hand side, looking for help, finds Stewart. Stewart straight on 3 ball, nope, no good, off the side, and out of bounds. You have one court on a small campus. Men's basketball has practice here in a little bit, but obviously supporting their counterparts on the court ahead of this evening's run-through. Up ahead to Snyder. Snyder working through a double team. That shot no good. Following it, though, was Smith. Almost got the rebound, but it's Kinsley Stewart. Long feed up ahead to Carr. Carr layup with the left-handed good. Kerry Carr's got 4. Nice feed from Kinsley Stewart. And now Smith up ahead to Snyder. Snyder's got Kimball in the lane if she wants her. Nope, sends it back out to Smith. Now up top to Savoon. Savoon had an open 3. She's going to pass it up to De La Rosa. De La Rosa pulls up on Hairston. Shot no good. Carr with the rebound to Ingram. Bounce pass to Redmond. Crossing the timeline. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 21 points the deficit. Stewart Trying to work on Snyder. Up top to Hairston. Now to Ingram. Ingram thought about a three, picks up her dribble, needs help. Now to Hairston, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hairston on De La Rosa, 5 seconds now, splits through a double team. Kind of flailing, puts that shot up, no good, goes to Smith, and out of bounds to Southern Virginia. 5:37 to play in the third quarter. After Greensboro hit 2 early threes, they've really struggled from downtown since. Neither team has made a three from beyond the arc here in the second half. Kimball is fouled by Bradford on the layup attempt. She'll go to the line. 5:31 to play. Bradford will pick up her first personal foul. Kimball 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Kimball's free throw rattles home. 57-35. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. But Bradford trying to save it inbounds, steps on the line, and Southern Virginia with possession. Kimball standing in between Ely and Bradford, gives it to Snyder now in the lane, pulls up the floater, no good. Offensive board though, Foster had it, lost it, it goes out of bounds to the Pride. It's been a tough day offensively for Tatum Bradford, 0 of 6 from the floor. She's averaged 19.7 points over her last 3 games. Still trying to get her started. That floater from Bradford, no good. Snyder, long feed up ahead to Foster. Foster in the lane, contact with Ely. Shot's no good. Foster will go back to the line. She will be the third player, or try to be the third player in double figures for the Knights. But first we have a media timeout. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Greensboro trails at 57-35 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Five minutes to go, third quarter, 57-35 the score. Greensboro has been outscored 11-2 here since the halftime break. Free throws coming from Asia Foster. And the first one rattles front iron, back iron, and off. After shooting just one free throw in the first half, this will be free throw number 7 for the Knights here in the quarter. Greensboro the other way. They have not gone to the stripe since the break. Free throw good. Foster has 10. The lead is 23. Hairston to Jinx Irvin. Irvin slings it across to Redmond. Greensboro 5 of 17 from 3. This time Stewart in the lane. The floater off the back iron, or off the backboard, and good. Kinsley has 11, second Greensboro player in double figures. And the Pride press. They found a lot of success when applying the press earlier today as Foster drives into the lane, kicks this out to Smith. Smith on the baseline, sends this one back to Foster at the free throw line. Loose ball rolls out to Snyder. You could not have passed it any better. Snyder's three is no good. And Greensboro on the run. Hairston to Stewart. Stewart three. That's no good. Foul on the rebound. And Foster's going to be called for the foul. That'll be her first personal. But as we're saying, Greensboro's found success on the press so far today. The problem is, especially with the injuries that they've been dealing with, you don't really have the numbers to keep that up for an entire game. Beginning of the year, where you had 19 fresh bodies, you could certainly do that and substitute players in and out. But for the active roster today, sitting at 12, it's kind of a different situation for Coach Fernandez. Lakey runs into Smith. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Simpkins. Simpkins needs to create right baseline. Contested shot, no good. Taya goes to the line. Foster, another foul. That's her second. And she's going to come out for Peterson. So Taya Simpkins, who is 2 out of 4 from the free throw line tonight, will take Greensboro's first free throws of the second half. Free throw, a little strong and no good. Well, unless the Pride go on a big rally, Southern Virginia will win what will be their 35th consecutive conference tilt. And their 5th straight against the Pride. Free throw in and out for Simpkins. Snyder up ahead to Smith. Smith gets around Ruano. Right side of the lane, blocked by Bradford. Well, Tatum Bradford. Again, we've said the offense just has not quite come around for her tonight, but defensively, a big play there for Tatum. 2 steals. She's got a block today, been very active on the defensive front. 3:44 to go, third quarter. Kimball, quick handoff to Snyder. Nobody saw Snyder underneath the basket, lays it in. 60-37. Redmond almost had it taken away by Snyder. Loose ball on the floor, and the jump ball goes to Southern Virginia. Greensboro 0-8 this year when trailing at halftime. Been outscored 14-4 here in the third quarter. The deficit has expanded for the Pride. They're back in action on Thursday here at home. Kimball looking down low for Peterson, knocked out of bounds by Redmond. And here's the thing, we knew tonight was going to be a tough contest for Greensboro. Obviously, Southern Virginia, the cream of the crop here in the USA South. Then on Thursday, you take on Mary Baldwin. And look, there are probably 4 or 5 teams fighting for the last couple of spots in the conference seedings. There's a 3 from Savoon. It's good. 63-37. As Savoon has 17 now. You look at the USA South standings and why the next couple weeks are so important for Greensboro is Kinsley Stewart, nice bounce pass down low. Carr, the difficult shot underneath the basket, good. SVU sitting on top 9-0 in the conference. Brevard 8-1, Pfeiffer 7-2, Peace 6-3. Methodist and Wesleyan both 5-4. As Snyder sends this to Peterson, now down low to Kimball. Kimball contested shot, good. 65-39. But here's the thing, after that pair of 5-4 teams, you have a gap to Greensboro, who is 1-6. But currently sitting in the number 7 position. Top 8 teams in the conference make the tournament. Kinsley Stewart, tough shot from the right side, no good. Gets her own miss. The follow-up too strong. Snyder lobs it all the way down to Savoon. Easy lay-in. She's got 19. The lead is 30. Check that, 28. 67-39. Stewart tries to spin around Smith. Now high off of We're trying to get a little bit of contact there with Kimball, and Stewart just slings it over the backboard. 1:49 to go. But again, Greensboro 1-6 in the 7 spot. Mary Baldwin 1-7 in the final tournament spot. Then you have Meredith 1-8, Salem 0-8. So those 4 teams fighting for the last 2 spots. And that's why the rest of the next 2 weeks are so important for the Pride. They play Mary Baldwin twice, who's a half game behind the Pride. They play Meredith in between the two. And remember, Meredith is Greensboro's lone conference win so far. And then they play Methodist, who the Pride only lost by 4 against the Monarchs on Saturday. So certainly some winnable games for the Pride coming up. You just got to get through tonight, and after that Methodist game, you go to Buena Vista to take on the Knights. There's a 3 from Peterson. That's good. 70-39. Simpkins to Ruano. Up top, Lakey just past the free throw line. Now backs up. 3 ball for Lakey. Good. Rattles home. Camden Lakey for 3. She's got 13. Camden's career high. As De La Rosa called for a travel. Lakey's career high is 14, so she's right there. But you look at some of those numbers, and you look at some of the opponents coming up for Greensboro, and you certainly can think 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 winnable games coming up. So certainly easy to be discouraged perhaps at what's going on today, but I would say don't hang your heads too much. There's a lot of stuff that Greensboro can do right over the next 2 weeks. Redmond, layup no good. De La Rosa up top for the Knights. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Stewart with the steal. Stewart pass to Hairston just outside the left of the paint. Hairston, with the shot clock turned off, will back this one out and reset things for the Pride. 15 seconds left. Hairston dribbling with the left hand, gives it to Redmond. Still no penetration here for the Pride. Game clock down to 6 seconds left. To Hairston. Nope, stolen away by Peterson. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. There's the give to Lanning. Lanning will tee up a 3, no good. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. 70-42 your score. Final 10 minutes when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Well, through 3 quarters today, Southern Virginia shot 58%, 50%, and 56% for a game total of 54% from the floor. Greensboro, on the other hand, another tough night. 31%, 23%, and 21% for 24% on the game. Final 10 minutes here from Haynes Gym. And again, we will certainly keep you up to date on any sort of changes that are made to the schedules in regards to the weekend and the weather. The other thing, we'll be back here on the call for a Thursday night's women's basketball game, and any changes I can relay over the air at that point, I will certainly do. 3 ball coming. Lakey, give it to her. Camden Lakey, a career high 16 points. 70-45 now. Loose ball on the floor taken by Phelps. Tie up with the arrow going to the Knights. Well, Southern Virginia with 87 points against Mary Baldwin, their season high, well on track to perhaps pass that. They need 17 points here in the fourth quarter as Simpkins kicks that one out of bounds. Greensboro College still trying to get to 50 here in the fourth quarter. Nice pass to Foster, kicks it over to Smith. Long two from Samantha Smith, no good. Goes out of bounds and stays with SBU. Last time Greensboro scored 50 or more against Southern Virginia was their last win back on the 23rd of February of 2023, a 76-71 win for the Pride in the postseason. There's a three coming, and good. Savoon for three. She is 5 out of 13 from deep. She's got, what does that give her, 22 points. There's a deep three from Stewart, no good. Smith trying to sneak in, and there's a nice feed there to Snyder. Snyder lays it in. (74-45). Stewart, good off the top of the window. Kinsley Stewart has 12. 74-47. Actually, it should be, I think, 75-47. Cutting through the lane is Foster. She loses the handle on the way up, goes out of bounds. Possession stays with Southern Virginia. So a little bit of a score discrepancy here between scoreboard and stat sheet. Stat sheet says 75, scoreboard says 74. We'll get that figured out. Snyder. Pass looking for a cutting Kimball. Kimball dealing with Phelps, kicks it out in the corner. There's a three. No good by Savoon. Phelps with the rebound. Gives it to Simpkins. Simpkins trying to go between two defenders, and a foul called on Kimball. That'll be her second personal, team foul number 1. Greensboro inbounds at Simpkins to Bradford. Bradford, right-hand side of the lane. Just kind of the underhand scoop, no good. You can see the frustration on Bradford's face. She is 0 of 7 shooting tonight. Savoon to Foster to Kimball. Kimball, a jumper in the lane, good. And looks like they've changed it now, taken away the three from Savoon, just giving her 2. So it is 76-47. There's a whistle and a foul on Snyder. Snyder will pick up her third personal. 76-47 with 7:11 to play. Simpkins to inbound, finds Phelps. Back to Simpkins in the corner, now to Phelps. Nope, loses the handle, goes out of bounds, but I think, yeah, it'll stay with Greensboro. So yeah, the men in action tomorrow. Women again on Thursday, and we'll see after that, weather permitting, what happens the rest of the week. Bradford shot no good. Still looking for her first points of the day. Snyder with a season average of 19. She's at 18. Smith trying to go down low to Kimball. Good hands there for Bradford. Snyder, though, with the loose ball. That's swatted away by Bradford. Goes right to Peterson, though. And Peterson drains the three. Good defense for Greensboro, and sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Bradford down low. Kicks this one out to Lakey. Lakey for three. That's off the backboard, no good. Smith to Savoon. Savoon slings it back to Smith. Now across to Snyder. Snyder for three. In and out. Kimball reaching over Simpkins for the rebound. Simpkins, though, gets it to Phelps. There's a whistle. Foul to Savoon will be her second. (78-47), 6:05 to go. Yeah, it was interesting. Obviously, things a little bit different today. But we had talked the last home game about the fact that Greensboro has changed their lineup so often this year. Kind of started to get into a little bit of a rhythm before the last game. 3 games in a row where they had the same lineup. Warren, Wilson, Meredith, and Pfeiffer. That one out of bounds, and it'll be SVU ball. Changed things up a little bit against Methodist. And a little bit different today. Actually, no, I think this would be the same lineup for 2 games in a row for the Pride. Good ball movement here for Southern Virginia to the corner. Peterson tipped there by Carr, but the offensive recovery and the putback from Snyder. Snyder's got 20. So Snyder and Savoon both over the 20-point threshold here for the Knights. 80-47. Stewart, nice pass to Carr. Had it, lost it, kicks it out to Hairston. Hairston picks up the dribble to Ingram. Ingram for three. No good. Front iron, back iron, and off. Greensboro has been outscored 32-14 here in the second half, as Stewart will foul Savoon. That'll be Kinsley's second personal. Five seconds away from being halfway through the quarter. Simpkins to Ruano. Ruano trying to get it down to Irvin. Irvin at the free throw line has it stripped away by Snyder, and Ruano is going to be called for the foul. Ruano picks up her third personal, team foul number 1 here in the fourth quarter, and it takes us to our final media timeout. We'll take it the rest of the way when we come back. Greensboro down 80-47.
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
.450 to go. Greensboro down 80-47. Snyder to Savoon for three. That's no good. Ruano pokes it out of bounds. Goes to Greensboro. Though off of Southern Virginia. Knights are 10 of 27 from three. They've not hit in the fourth quarter. Greensboro 7 of 23. The Pride scored 9 points in the third quarter. Right now just sitting on 5 in the fourth quarter. Lakey to Simpkins. Now to Irvin. Irvin trying to split between Foster and Savoon. That shot contested by Foster. Irvin, though, gets her own miss, lays it in, 80-49. Greensboro this season has not been held below 50. Their season low 58 twice against Randolph. I checked at 56 against Guilford. Lakey to the ground. Gives Snyder some separation. Snyder wide open three, no good. Irvin gets the board between three maroon jerseys. Simpkins to Ruano. Had Phelps open up top. Now gets it to her. Phelps for three. That's no good. It was a good looking shot. Phelps following her own miss. Foster goes to the floor. And Foster called for a travel. .344 remaining. The Knights will go to 10-0 in conference play. Greensboro will fall to 1-7. But like I said, next 4 games very winnable for the Pride. And I think it will go a long way to determining who's going to be where in the conference tournament. Quick give and go to Ingram. Shots no good. So, again, tonight, Greensboro takes it on the chin. But really, you got to look forward to what's coming up. Loose ball out of bounds. And stays with SVU. As far as Southern Virginia is concerned, where do they go from here? The Knights head to Brevard on the 24th, supposedly. Snyder just inside the free throw line. Nice dump down low to Smith. Easy hook, 82-49. So again, everything this weekend is just kind of a we'll see. But according to the schedule right now, they go to Brevard on Saturday. And then next week, they've got a tough opponent on the road, Christopher Newport. CNU receiving votes in the women's poll right now. So a big challenge next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, for Southern Virginia. Their next home game not until the 31st of January, 11 days from now, where they take on Meredith and then follow it up a couple days later with Greensboro. Under 3 minutes to go. Well in hand for the Knights. Redmond slings it to Stewart. Stewart almost had it taken away. Working on Snyder, just flings one up, good and one. A buzzer beater for Stewart, and she'll go to the free throw line. Chance for a three-point play. Greensboro's first free throw of the quarter. Stewart's got 15. This will tie Lakey for the team high at 16 today if she makes it. Outside of those two, nobody else more than 6 points for the Pride. Free throw from Stewart, no good. So Lakey, for the moment, maintains the team lead. Smith to Savoon. Tees up a three, no good. Loose ball bouncing off of heads and hands underneath the basket. Snyder will come away with it. There's a whistle. And that'll be our bonus timeout. So 2:25 to go. 82-51 your score on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Final 2:25. Greensboro down 31 points. behind 21 points from Savoon, 20 from Snyder, which for Maria Savoon is that shot no good, out of bounds off of a foot. Whose foot was it? I think it was Carr. This is the tied for the most points Savoon's had this year. She had 21 against Salem back on January the 3rd, rather. There's a three from Peterson, no good. Lakey with a rebound. As for Abigail Snyder, obviously not her career high or even the season high, 36 points against Methodist earlier this year. But as Ely turns it over, Snyder with the steal, running the other way. And that's kicked by Stewart out of bounds. But for Abigail Snyder, this will be her 7th 20-point performance of the year and continues to have quite the comfortable advantage in the scoring category in the USA South. So she came in the scoring leader, and she will most certainly leave having stretched that number out a little bit. Foster back to Snyder. There's a travel before Snyder could pull off the three-point shot. She's got 20 points and 11 rebounds, with double-double for her and for Kimball, 13 points and 12 boards. Phelps to Ruano, to Lakey. Lakey back to Phelps in the right corner. Now to Irvin. Irvin on the baseline, trying to back down Foster. Tough shot. I tell you what, if you had to have somebody going in contact or trying to score through contact, I'd put my money on Jinx Irvin just about every time. Out of bounds there, pass to Peterson, kind of lost her footing, I think. Everybody checking on her. She smacked her head and her shoulder pretty good. Looks to be all right. Out of bounds, though. It's a turnover. She's laughing it off, so that's certainly a good thing. 1:28 to play. So Phelps inbounds to Simpkins. Gives to Ruano, up top to Lakey. Lakey looking for a little separation to Phelps. Ruano thought about a three, now trying to work her way in. Kicks it all the way out to Lakey. They've got a wide open Phelps the other way, but Lakey's three misses, goes out of bounds. And Greensboro will substitute again. With 1:10 to play. Lakey's career high of 16 points. Looks like that's going to be about what it stays at. Wouldn't think they would come back in today, or at least that line. Maya Foster to De La Rosa. To Lanning for three. No good, off the side of the backboard, or the just off to the right of the window, that is. And now to Redmond up ahead. Under a minute to play. Redmond pulls up, now to Hairston. Hairston going right, now going left, 43 seconds left, shot clock to 15. Hairston having a hard time working her way in. There's a whistle as she just started her drive. De La Rosa picking up her second personal. Team foul should be number 6, I believe. And Hairston goes to the line. Hairston looking for her first points of the afternoon. Evening, it's 7 o'clock. Free throw, good. Coming up on the Pride postgame show, take a look at what else is going on around the conference today, what's coming up in Greensboro College athletics, and a look at final numbers here from today's game. Hairston's second free throw, no good. Rebound by Kempler, and a foul. Check that timeout taken, not a foul. So Southern Virginia will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 37 seconds to go. So 37.6 separating the Knights from a 10-0 conference record. Lila Seneca checks in. She's inbounded it. Maya Foster with it. Now to Lanning. Working around the perimeter are the Knights. De La Rosa calling the shots now. Getting past Redmond. Kicks it out in the corner. Lanning three. Front iron, back iron, no good. Carr with the rebound. 20 seconds left. Greensboro still wanting to run. You know they're going to run to the end. Three ball coming from Redmond. Side iron, no good. Here comes Kempler. Kempler into the front court. 10 seconds left. Gives it to Foster. And so you can hold it here if they want. Lanning. De La Rosa. Nope. Stewart with the steal. Kinsley Stewart with the heave. And just missed on the prayer. That will do it. Greensboro was going to need more than that anyways. They fall 82-54, the final score against Southern Virginia. And we will break it all down when we come back. Post-game show next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Pride postgame show here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Southern Virginia defeats Greensboro College today, 82-54. Your final score. We'll start you off with a look at what else has gone on around the USA South today. Brevard and Pfeiffer earlier this afternoon from Meisenheimer. And I tell you what, Pfeiffer came back a little bit in that one. Brevard at one point was up, I think, 50. Ends up being just a little bit apologies there, was waiting on that to load. Now we've got a final score there, and Brevard does in fact hand it to Pfeiffer, 87-41, the final score in favor of the Tornadoes. 20 points today from Anna Lee Morris, 16 from Johnson, 15 from Roan, and 14 for Miller. Nobody for Pfeiffer in double figures in that contest. Start of the fourth quarter, Mary Baldwin leading Salem 50-29 as we look at the standings again and how everything looks for the Pride. Mary Baldwin with a win today would move past Greensboro. So Greensboro now 1-7. Mary Baldwin looking at going to 2-7, while Salem will fall to 0-9 in the conference as they start the fourth quarter. 16 points each for Bethel and Johnson. Late in the first quarter, North Carolina Wesleyan leading William Peace 12-2, and Meredith trailing Methodist 17-2 in the first quarter. Methodist out and running. Already Kaylee Grulon with 8 points. So Meredith, if they lose today, again, still the first quarter, but they'll drop to 1-9, and Greensboro will slide from the 7 to the 8th seed in the conference heading in to Thursday's meeting with Mary Baldwin, which, again, a Greensboro win, they could flip-flop all over again. So still a lot to be determined here in the USA South. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give a look at some final numbers, and we'll talk about this weekend and the rest of the week in general for Greensboro College athletics. But they fall today 82. Actually, no. Just hearing now that they have gone back. They've reviewed the Savoon 3 that was then a 2, and now they've given her a 3-pointer again. So 83-54 is the final. So we'll give Southern Virginia and Savoon the extra point. We'll step aside and we'll break it all down one last time with a look at the numbers. We come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So 83-54, your final score after they gave Savoon the extra point there on that shot that was a 3, then was a 2, then was back to a 3. You see men's basketball getting ready for their practice here, so we'll try to speed through these numbers and let them go through everything they need to go through. So for Southern Virginia, Maria Savoon leading the way, 22 points, a season high for her. Abigail Snyder with 20, the leader in scoring in the USA South, continuing her impressive run this year. 13 points for Kimball, 10 for Foster, 7 for Smith. De La Rosa had 3, and 8 for Peterson. She was 2 of 3 from three-point range. Leading rebounder today was Kimball. She had a double-double, 13 points and the 12 boards. Another double-double for Snyder, 20 points with her 11 rebounds. 8 rebounds each for Asia Foster and Smith. 3 rebounds for De La Rosa. 2 rebounds each for Savoon, Peterson, and Kempler. 1 for Maya Foster. Excuse me. Assist leaders, 6 each for Savoon and Snyder, 5 for Kimball, 4 for Asia Foster, Smith and Peterson both with 2, De La Rosa with 3 rather, and De La Rosa with 2. Leader in steals was Snyder with 5, 2 each for Kimball, De La Rosa and Peterson, 1 steal each for Savoon and Kempler. Block leaders, Kimball and Foster, that's Asia Foster, both with 3, 1 each for Savoon, Smith and Kempler. For Southern Virginia as a team, shooting 50% from the floor today, 34 out of 68, 33% from 3, and 4 out of 8, 50% from the free throw line. Comparatively today, Southern Virginia dominates the boards 58-39 of the Pride, including 43 defensive boards. 29 assists for Southern Virginia, 11 for the Pride. Turnovers, 26 for the Knights, 19 for the Pride. Bench points go 25-11 for Greensboro. Blocks 9-2 in favor of Southern Virginia, as well as fast break points 23-17. Steals go 18-13 to the Pride. And points off turnovers 15-14 to Greensboro as well. 44-22 points in the paint to Southern Virginia. Second chance points go to the Knights as well, 13-11. Greensboro shooting 26% from the floor today, 7 of 26 from 3, that's 27%, and 7 of 15, 46% from the free throw line. That continues to be an issue for Greensboro this season. Individually, Camden Lakey, a career high, 16 points for her. Kinsley Stewart right behind her with 15 points. 6 points for Carr, 4 for Irvin, 5 for Ruano, 3 for Redmond, 2 for Simpkins, and 1 for Hairston. Leading rebounder today was Carrie Carr with 7, 6 for Irvin, 3 each for Ruano, Simpkins, and Phelps, 2 for Redmond, 2 for Bradford, and 1 each for Ingram and Lakey. Leading assister, 5 players with 2, Stewart, Hairston, Irvin, Simpkins, and Bradford, 1 for Ruano. Leader in steals, 5 was Kinsley Stewart, 2 each for Hairston, Irvin, Ruano, Bradford, Phelps, and 1 each for Ingram, Ely, and Lakey. 1 block each for Carrie Carr and Tatum Bradford, and it all adds up to an 83-54 final score. Southern Virginia today improves to 10-0 in conference play, as Greensboro will drop to 1-7, and they slide to the number 8 seed. Remember, top 8 will make the tournament, and as we start to work our way towards February, we will be keeping an eye on that more and more as things continue to go. But again, an opportunity to move right back up to that 7 spot. The team that's a half game in front of the Pride, Mary Baldwin, will travel here to Haynes Gym on Thursday. So what's coming up for the Pride? Well, a snowstorm of, well, I'm no meteorologist, but at least according to social media, record proportions. So we'll certainly keep an eye on that this weekend. But before that gets here, we do know, and we can tell you, tomorrow men's basketball on the road at Mary Baldwin, a 6 o'clock tip there. Then on Thursday, the 22nd, men's and women's wrestling on the road at Randolph College. Women at 5 minutes 7. Women's basketball, we mentioned, right here at 5:30. The tip-off here at Haynes Gym. Pre-game show on the Greensboro College Sports Network at 5:10 on Thursday. Now, we can go ahead and tell you first change for the weekend due to weather. Men's basketball has pushed their game at Methodist up a day. It is a 5 o'clock tip on Friday. Again, men's basketball against Methodist has been moved 5 o'clock on Friday, trying to get it in ahead of the impending storm. Currently still on the schedule for Saturday, women's wrestling down in Georgia, as well as men's wrestling here in Greensboro against Southern Virginia. Women's basketball at Meredith College, 2 o'clock, the current schedule on Saturday. But again, all Saturday activities expected to be moved. We just do not have any official confirmation on anything except for men's basketball, which has been moved to Friday at 5 o'clock on the road against Methodist. Any changes, we will certainly relay them along the Greensboro College Athletics social media sites and on our broadcast on Thursday of women's basketball. If we know anything new at that point, I will certainly pass that along to you on the air on Thursday. But that'll wrap everything up here for us on this Tuesday evening as men's basketball is getting underway for their practice. So we will call it a night. Again, thank you to Kinsey Helton, our producer today, as well as all the game day staff that helps make everything possible, and our director of sports information, Stephen Whitenhouse. Your final score one last time. Southern Virginia women's basketball improves to 10-0 in conference play with an 83-54 win over Greensboro College here tonight on the Greensboro College Sports Network. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College women's basketball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.